America isn't one nation. It's actually 12 nations, pretending to live together. You might think, how is that possible? But it really is. Think of it like 12 roommates in one giant house, all with different accents, rules, and tempers, constantly fighting. One of them built the house, another pays the bills, a few just crash on the couch. And somehow, they all think they're the real America. So let's look at the real map of the United States, the one they never showed you in schools. Forget borders, forget 50 states, that's the legal map, not the real one. The real map is cultural. It's built on how people think, live, argue, and vote. If you redrew America by behavior, not borders, you'd get something wild. 12 overlapping nations, each with its own values, pride, and language. When they clash, it's not left versus right, and you can see it everywhere. Why New York feels like a different planet than Alabama. Why Texas thinks differently than California. Why do neighbors in the same country argue like strangers online? It's not random. It's geography, history, and attitude. The same patterns you see on voting maps, accent maps, even Google search trends, they all line up with this invisible cultural blueprint. Once you see this map, you'll never look at America the same again. And one journalist finally mapped them out, revealing America's biggest secret. Journalist Colin Woodard discovered something wild. America didn't grow as one country, it grew as 12. Each was born from a different dream. Up north, the Puritans wanted order and progress. Down south, it was all about power and control. In New York, money ruled everything. And out in the mountains, freedom or nothing. These rival cultures collided, traded, fought, and somehow got shoved under one flag. But two unique ones were missing from his list. Hawaii, once its own Pacific kingdom, and the Spanish Caribbean, where Miami and Puerto Rico speak a whole different America. So the US is actually 12 tribes that never fully united. You can feel those differences every time you cross a border. The food changes, the slang shifts, even the idea of what freedom means flips depending on the zip code. Let's start with the one that still thinks it runs the house. Yankeedom. It stretches from Maine and Vermont down through upstate New York, the Great Lakes, and even parts of the Midwest. Born from Puritans who thought they were chosen to fix the world, they built schools, laws, and offices, then politely told everyone else how to live. Boston, Chicago, New York, all carry their fingerprints. They believe in systems, plans, and endless improvement. If there's a problem, they've got a committee for it. They built the idea of the American dream, and then trademarked it. Harvard was founded here in 1636, the second oldest university in the Americas, built to train Puritan ministers. That obsession with education? Still alive today. Their biggest strength? Vision. Their biggest weakness? They never stopped preaching it. They gave America public schools, protest marches, and PowerPoint ethics. If you've ever met someone who starts every sentence with, "Actually," they're probably from here. But hey, someone's got to keep the house in order. But head south, and those polite emails turn into pure chaos and hustle. New Netherland, centered on New York City and spilling into northern New Jersey. If Yankeedom was built in order, this one thrives on motion. Born in New York City, raised on trade, ambition, and noise. Here, deals are religion. Money moves faster than the subway, and everyone's selling something, even the quiet ones. Diversity? Everywhere. Patience? Nowhere. In this nation, you don't wait your turn. You make one. New Netherland has no time for small talk, unless it's a podcast. Yankeedom writes the rules. New Netherland sells them back. Even when the English took over New Amsterdam in 1664, they kept Dutch trade laws because they worked too well to replace. That's how deep this city's hustle runs. It's the global city that never sleeps, because if it did, someone else would take its spot. The Dutch founded it for trade, and that DNA never changed. Hustle is still the native language, and somehow it works. But while they built skyscrapers, another nation built plantations, and never really let go of its past.